MLS Aces Podcast, episode 358. This is your host, Tom Sweezy, joined once again by Jason Vivang, who's diving into the depths of MLS Super Draft history over there.
I have been, for context, we probably just spent 10 minutes. Well, I spent 10 minutes holding us up, just Googling different Super Drafts, reading names.
It disappoints me almost that you haven't dove
Done
deep
this nearly
into the depths of MLS Super Draft history, but we're doing it now, so that's all that matters.
We're good. You were right, though. 2016, 2018, both were pretty elite.
Great years. 2022 or 23, whatever we said before we hit record.
I'm not going back, but yeah, there was one really good one. What was it? The one with Tani.
Yeah, 2022. I think it was 22.
I think it was 20. You know what? I said I'm not going back. I've already Googled it.
Jason's doing it.
The computer's never worked this well in my life. I got to take advantage of it.
You're pushing the limits.
Yeah, it was the Celentano, Schulte, Tani. It was a good one.
And this all started with us seeing that Ben Bender got re-signed by the Philadelphia Union, and that's your Ben Bender talk for this episode, everyone. But we
actually was so good. But yeah,
we are back to talk all of the transfers, all of the news that has happened in the last week, and first
we
and
actually
foremost,
have some decent news.
Good news. Well, not good news. Big news.
Not all good news.
Yeah, and. I just want to say, I guess gotta give a shout out to Tom Bogert first and foremost. He's typing his little fingers off because
he's carrying us as per usual.
He's carrying everyone and everything, and carrying U.S. soccer on his shoulders. He's doing
superstar. 2
podcasts in between all of it that I try to make sure I catch. So shout out Tom Bogert and thank you, Sir Scoops there. But let's start with the news and not with the transfers because
let's not start with the most depressing news though.
Okay.
Actually, maybe we should. Maybe we should get it out of the way. But we might someone's just gonna be listening and they'll be like, I hope they don't start with this really bad news.
I think we should start with what could potentially be the biggest piece of news this offseason, and that is the most depressing news, and that is Los Angeles Galaxy star midfielder Riqui Puig is out for the entire 2026 MLS season as he has a second ACL surgery. To, I guess, go in and refix or re-repair his knee. This is the second consecutive MLS season that he will miss, and the Galaxy obviously put out a statement that he's expected to rejoin the team come 2027. I think first and foremost, it's like this is horrible for Riqui. Feel for Riqui. And, you hope he can only get back on a field like sooner rather than later because – what was it, 2024? He was the best player in the league. It felt like, or obviously the best player in the league, not named Lionel Messi.
I think you can comfortably say when he's playing and healthy, he's a top 5 player in the league. And that would probably be pretty comfortable to say that.
And you saw, obviously, the transformation from the 24 Galaxy to the 25 Galaxy of what he means to the club and what he does to all the players around him, just elevating the entire team. Big personality that you also miss at the same exact time on the field and off the field for Major League Soccer as a whole. So it absolutely stinks for Riqui Puig. It's you felt like after his whole Barcelona kind of departure and drama, he found a home, he found a place that he was going to star at, thrive, and he was that, and he won MLS Cup even though he didn't play in the game. But yeah, this is just a major setback for him, and it stinks. I'm trying to focus on more positive, optimistic things in my life. I'm not great at it naturally, but
my positivity is that while this really is brutal, I think the Galaxy are definitely in a better position to withstand this year than they were last year. I think like Jakub Glesnes and Justin Hack coming in to really help that defense. Plus, like Paintsel, Peck. Like these guys who've had Cirillo, Royce, Ramirez, they've kind of now gotten used to playing without him. So hopefully it's not going to be 0 wins in their first 15 games or whatever it was.
They are in Champions League. I did forget about that.
Champions Cup.
Champions Cup. So sorry. I apologize.
It sucks because I was looking it up too, and was he back on the field? It just says he re-aggravated it.
It said he re-aggravated it when he was training in, I think it was Spain somewhere. Kind of just
like horrible, man.
Yeah, it's shitty luck. It's shitty timing. These are the realities of professional athletes in general, not just professional soccer. The maybe one silver lining I can give to Galaxy fans is this is a very early, or maybe this is a mid preseason injury. The Galaxy still have time to go out if they put Puig on the season-ending injury list, which it obviously looks like they're doing, to go sign a third DP, at least for a year type loan thing if they want to do it, or sign a third DP and figure it out come 2027, So I think that they have the option to do that, and it would make sense to me if they.
I still think this is a good I don't know if I should be like, this is a good team after the year they gave us, but this is a talented team. There's still a lot of talent on this team. I think they came off the winning MLS Cup.
Yeah.
Lost Puig. It didn't feel like they were ready to get into the season without him. I think to spin it in a positive way, I do expect the Galaxy to be better this year.
Well, because they naturally, I think, upgraded, right? They're not kind of relying on Zanka and Maya Yoshida at his older age to be a back line. You now have Justin Hack, who's been proven. You have Jakob Glesnes. You have guys who are kind of I think ready to step up into those roles. I do think they still need to obviously figure out the striker position and maybe, a little bit more attacking depth, but the core is here, and they started figuring it out, I think, well towards the end of last year. The only thing I'll say, and I think that there's plenty of ties to this specific player to other clubs in Europe and whatnot. I'd love to see the Galaxy just give Jesse Lingard a DP deal. He's a free agent. He's just coming off of playing in Korea, I think. Just give him a DP deal. Let him just run it for a year and see if that's the combo.
If it works, maybe.
I'm a big Jesse Lingard fan, I have to say. I think I really enjoyed watching him at United.
That's a unique player. I would not have expected you to say.
Well, that you learn something new about me every podcast, Jason. But yes, Riqui Puig, 49 goal contributions in 82 games for the Galaxy. It's obviously a big miss in terms of the number of goal production, but it's a big miss in terms of just a star in terms of a focal point attention, and a human being missing from a soccer field for 2 straight seasons sucks. But hopefully you get back on the field sooner rather than later, Ricky. That's all I can hope for. Let's go to the other news or big news item from the last week that is positive, and it's a name that you're very familiar with, Jason, but Sporting Kansas City have named their second manager in club history, which is wild to think about. Raphael Wicky is their next manager, and he will fill in for Peter Vermes, who was let go at the beginning of last year. The 48-year-old Swiss manager returns to Major League Soccer after being away since the summer of 2021. He did manage the Chicago Fire for the 2020 season and half of that 2021 MLS season. Since departing the Fire, he's become manager of Young Boys over in Switzerland, where he won a Swiss League title and a Swiss Cup, and he was fired from Young Boys in March of 2024 and has been without a job since then. Wicky has managed 3 first-team clubs in his career: Young Boys, the Fire, and FC Basel. For those 3 clubs, he's managed 190 games with 92 wins, 43 draws, and 55 losses, and also in his career has managed the likes of FC Basel's youth teams from the 18s, the 19s, the 21s, and the US U17. So, Jason, you are familiar with Raphael Wicky more than me, probably, in terms of watching every single game closer.
I was at most of those games.
How do you feel about Raphael Wicky as a manager and then his return to Major League Soccer?
I mean, it's tough from my perspective because the Fire, I haven't been shy about it. They were absolutely shit for years, but a lot of that was a lot of how the club was run.
Different
right?
front office.
Yeah, I mean, look, Greg came in, but this is a totally different run team now than it was even 2 years ago. Even 3 years ago. So I don't want to sit here and just take, he failed with the Fire as he's going to fail with Kansas City, because I don't think those are comparable that much. While Kansas City actually hasn't been the best, he's taken a tough role here because he's going to have to really build, and I don't know how much he is good at building a team up a little bit. But he's definitely got a ton more experience since then. And I never felt like he was this horrible manager. I never felt like, we're only losing because of him. And then he ended up doing well after us, which, let's be clear, that's not necessarily a sign of a good manager, because there's a few managers who have gotten fired by the Fire and then gone on to do better things.
Shout out Veljko Paunovic, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah, which I don't know if I would say he's a great manager, but
he's Serbia's manager right now. I don't know what you're talking about, but look, in terms of Vicky, I don't disagree with you. I think there was stretches when he was managing the Fire where I was like, I like the way this team's playing.
You could at least see he wasn't scared, or he wasn't nervous.
Yeah.
He kind of knew what he needed to do. The Fire just could never get there. And that
also
was a huge amount of things going into that we couldn't get over. I mean, it took us literally a decade to make the playoffs. So in a league where 60% of the teams make it.
The two other points to me is one, he wasn't managing the Chicago Fire and I said this to you in text message. He wasn't managing the Fire during the easiest time in the state of the world. It was pandemic era, Major League Soccer and soccer in general. And then two is, we've said it before. We haven't said this on the podcast in a while, but I think it's something that still holds true. Is I think if you have a distinctive style of how you want to play in Major League Soccer, it doesn't mean you're going to win every game, but I think it tends to have more success with managers who kind of just go out there and you see the tactics kind of shifting every few weeks or whatnot. If you're going to go play Red Bull pressing or Philadelphia Union pressing or whatever it may be, at least do it, and you're gonna get results somewhere down the line. It's gonna go get the players that play that style and get results. Raphael Wicky, to me, when he was with the Fire, he had the style he wanted to play, and I think you saw that, and that's where I say he had some good moments with the Chicago Fire. To me, it's the interesting situation of, okay, you're replacing Peter Vermees at a club that is trying to get back to a level they were at not too long ago, the late 2010s, right? You have a brand new sporting director in David Lee. Vicky's coming back to the league. He has to prove something. You're at a point where the roster is completely yours to build, to control, to shape, and however you want it. And you have a pretty good striker up top. You have a pretty good number 10 behind them, but and maybe Jake Davis, but what else do you really have to kind of shape things? So I think Sporting Kansas City need to sign players before the season starts, but I think we're going to see what the shape of that roster and how Vicky really wants to play kind of unfold over the next few weeks. And I'm excited to see that because I want to see Sporting Kansas City good. It's a fun team, fun stadium, fun fan base. I want to see them back in relevancy for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I just pulled up that 2020 season was also the first year Mansueto was owner. So
yeah,
he definitely had I didn't really add anything.
You were just
I was just I went down another rabbit hole of what that team, I was who was on that team? And then I was looking at the names and I was Frankowski. Oh, Robert Barrich. Oh, Georgie.
Jason's living on Wikipedia right now.
I had to close the tab. I closed the tab. We're back, everyone. We're good.
And
you're not letting me open Wikipedia. I'm just setting a lock on my computer. It's never worked this well. It never works this well. It's open a new tab like this is a brand new computer. It's 15 years old.
Jason's having fun. He gets to use his computer for the first time.
Last time we were recording, the whole screen froze for 10 minutes.
You were just talking.
And I was just talking. I was like, I don't know if it's working. I mean, you haven't said anything.
No, you're good. You're good. You look good. Don't worry.
I mean, it's not froze now. We're good. Well, this thing is running like a newborn.
In terms of Sporting Kansas City, they haven't done much this offseason. They've signed I think they took a Generation Adidas guy out of the Super Draft. They signed a homegrown player out of the academy or out of Sporting Kansas City too, whatever. And then, moves we're not really going to talk about unless you have something you really want to say here, Jason. They've acquired Stephen Cleveland from Austin FC and then Justin Reynolds from the Chicago Fire. But no disrespect to those guys, you got to do a lot more if you want to be competitive in Major League Soccer in 2026. But we will see what Sporting Kansas City begins to shape into over, I guess, like I said, the next few weeks, and hopefully by the end of the transfer market for SKC fans. Cool. Okay. Anything else that you want to say about SKC or Raphael Wicky?
No. I mean, I wish him the best. I hope he does well.
Okay. Well,
again, with the new manager hirings, this one a bit less exciting, I guess, than some we've had. But it's fun when more teams are good, right? When there's more competition. In the West, I know they finished last. There's room. There's room here.
100%. There's room for any team, I think, to make a jump at least into a playoff spot. And I think SKC, again, I'm a David Lee fan, former New York City FC sporting director and everything like that. Wicky, I have some confidence and faith in. But yeah, I mean, look, maybe they could have waited a week and Wilfried Nancy would have been around to get an interview or something.
They could have waited like a day and probably gotten that.
Literally. No, Wilfried, and that's a joke, everyone. Wilfried Nancy, I think, is going to get another opportunity. I think just probably after the World Cup is what I will say.
It's great. We're not even talk about that, I guess, but
go Rangers. That's all I gotta say.
I won't say
that. The thing I've been trying to delay us talking about that I know we're going to spend a bunch of time talking about, and I'm sorry, everyone, but it's inevitable and it has to happen, is Inter Miami.
I thought you were going to say Kai Wagner.
No, I mean,
I'm just kidding.
He is. That is important. Don't get me wrong. One of the best, if not best, left back in the league has been transferred.
Okay, I mean, but Inter Miami made some crazy moves that now I get it, guys. When everyone said, "Oh, I think they might be cheating."
So this is the thing, right? Tom's dropping a bunch of news on Inter Miami, what they're doing, all the signings, the reports, everything like that. And look, not every move is cheating, and I need every fan of every other MLS.
I was kidding.
I will say there is one move.
They roll on a line of questionable.
Well,
can other teams do this or not?
There's a history of it. But look, all of the moves make sense to me in terms of how they've been able to get it done besides one, and we will dive into all of it. So let's go into the official signings, and we'll start at the top. Inter Miami have acquired 25-year-old center back Micael on loan from Palmeiras in the Brazilian Serie A. Obviously, if that name sounds familiar and you've been watching Major League Soccer over the last few years, Micael was the young star center back for the Houston Dynamo that went on and won the U.S. Open Cup in 2022. He's also, been down in Brazil a bunch to start his career, won a bunch of trophies down there and everything like that. And, wasn't just like a guy who got sold to Palmeiras from the Houston Dynamo and didn't play. Like, he played 28 games last year for one of the best clubs in South America. So now he returns to Major League Soccer, and he was a best 11 type center back the last time he was in the league. He's only 25, and I'm sure he's only gotten better.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably gotten way better.
And now he is slotting in for my 2 cents as a starting center back on this team that has already, like we've talked about this offseason, added left back Sergio Reguilón, via free agency. And then I'm just going to roll into this one quickly, Jason, and we can kind of just talk the defense in general. 2 free agent signings of right back Facundo Mura via free agency. And then obviously the big one that we talked a little bit about last week, Dayne St. coming to this team, reigning MLS goalkeeper of the year via free agency. So brand new starting left back who has Premier League and La Liga experience, Micael, who's a pretty much an MLS best 11 type center back, goalkeeper of the year from last season, and now you have a brand new right back in Facundo Mura, who has a pretty good resume himself, who's either going to be your starting right back or backing up Ian Frey, and both of them probably getting a bunch of minutes nonetheless. But Inter Miami reshaped their entire defense and back line. How do you feel about it?
I feel like this is we're winning CONCACAF Champions Cup.
We're winning everything.
Or bust. No, but like genuinely, you could have stopped at Dayne St. You could have stopped at Micael. You could have stopped at one of these names and it would have been an improvement, right? Like I would sit here and say I talk shit about their defense all year. And I don't feel like I was really out of line. I watched multiple times. Should I name names? No, I'm not going to do it.
I was letting you make that decision yourself.
Some of the work. I mean, I couldn't do better. Let me say it right now. I definitely could not do better. Not probably. Definitely could not do better. But some of the worst defensive decisions I've seen in a long time.
Maxi Falcon. I'll just say it. It's fine. I'll be the
You can say names. Yeah. I mean, that is the name. Yep. Anyway, this is a huge improvement. Like, I think Ustari and goal had some good games. I never once thought he was like a game winner.
I mean, there's a reason why Rocco Rios Novo took over as the starter.
Right.
You know? And he's reportedly coming back too. So there's your goalkeeping room.
I mean, it's Dayne St. Like
Rios Novo. And
I think that one to me is, I mean, it's crazy because I would say that's the biggest move, and then they went and got Micael, which is an insane move.
Yeah, and then there's still 2 more to talk about that aren't official, but
like they've totally revitalized probably the weakest part of their team, which wasn't even that much of a problem because they could just outscore almost everyone.
Yeah.
Like last season they had 81 goals. I don't even think another team was at 70. No, the next closest team was at 68, and it was the Fire.
There you go. Wait,
that actually is true. Wow, great way. I'm so happy I looked at that. Yep. They allowed 55 goals, but they did have the best second best goal differential to Vancouver.
Can I just say this to start in terms of like, I'm going to talk about these 3 moves because these are the 3 official moves and why these moves aren't cheating to everyone. I'm not defending Inter Miami. I just have to say the facts of St. Clair and Mura, the 2 free agent signings, most likely took less money to join Inter Miami, go play.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I think people see these big names coming to the Miami, but like, I can't really fault them. You're playing with the greatest player ever.
Yeah,
you're playing for massive trophies, and I think Dayne St. could have stayed and probably still competed for a trophy, but I don't think it's the same. Like the amount of exposure, I don't know. I should have
completely different.
It's completely different. And for someone who like Dayne St. who potentially maybe wants to go to Europe someday, I don't know. Like just the fact that you're going to be on Messi's team alone
in a World Cup year, like you also have to think about
too. It's not that surprising that they're taking less money to play with Messi. Like we see this in every sport.
And then so the other, right, like the Micael signing, like it's a loan. Like, yes, it's a loan with the option to buy at the end of it. But ultimately, like it's not hitting the salary cap the same way as if a full official transfer was. So those are those 3 signings. The defense,
there's a lot of like loopholes I feel like in MLS roster building
that you can get away with 100%.
Well, and people usually don't understand, myself being one of them half the time.
It happens because there's a lot of rules. It happens.
But like, I don't think you can just sit there and be like, oh, big name, they must be cheating. But like you're saying, they're not all the same type of moves. And also, like, these 3 moves other teams could have done. Just, like, I don't know if some of these guys are taking less money to play for.
Well, that's the thing is, right?
Teams, right? But
Miami have the advantage of people will take less money to go play with Messi. And
they have that advantage of being in Miami too. Like it's the same thing like
city,
with the NBA. Like LeBron in Miami got other players to come there less money. Like it's not new. This isn't new.
100%. It's just
like I do understand why people are like, "Oh, this is stupid," but
yeah,
it's not like they're. I don't know. Too much defense in Miami. Fuck them.
Well, I mean, I do agree, fuck them, but there is 2 more moves, and these are not official, but we are going to call it on this podcast Tom Bogert official, which is the closest thing to pretty much the club just.
We're getting to the point where it's Tom Bogert official. We can talk about it.
Yes. So the other one that is not cheating, folks, that got announced today, David Ayala headed from the Portland Timbers to Inter Miami. The 23-year-old defensive midfielder will head to Miami. Tom is reporting that it is a $2 million cash trade within Major League Soccer, and that Ayala will still be a U22 initiative player on Inter Miami's roster. So once again, right, like
it's not hitting the same.
It's not hitting the cap the same way because he's a U22 initiative guy. They have the $2 million cash they can spend inside the league.
Yeah, and they probably have a shitload of money. The amount of money they're making from some of these transfers out.
Oh, 100%.
Like that, I think that's also like, I don't know. We have these for each team, right? But I don't know. Maybe we could do the math. And I don't want to put that on you. Never mind.
I'm not doing the math. We've learned on this podcast math.
We're not a math pod, but they're up. Let's just say they're definitely up.
And I will also say this, right? Like David Ayala does not play a position that is getting a bunch of spotlight week in and week out on a soccer field, but he was very good for the Portland Timbers last year. And whether he slots in next to Rodrigo De Paul, whether it's him and Yannick Bright, whether it's whoever between
a little bit of a Busquets kind of.
He is the Busquets replacement on this midfield kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? So
20 years younger.
He's a fantastic midfielder. I'm a big David Ayala fan. And again, if we're talking about upgrading the defense a little bit, I think he brings something much different than Busquets and will help out massively in that. Here is the move that if people want to say Inter Miami's cheating, I will give it to you. I will give you this one. I throw my hand up. Inter Miami, according to Tom Bogert, are reportedly closing in with a deal from Celta de Vigo to sign Tadeo Allende, the 26-year-old winger that was on loan in Miami last year. The big piece to all of this is that he is reportedly not going to be a designated player when he signs. The thing that doesn't make sense to me is like Celta de Vigo's been saying like, $10 million transfer fee, $10 million transfer fee. The transfer fee affects the player's roster designation. $10 million would make him a designated player. So unless Miami and Celta Vigo came together and were like, hey, we're not paying $10 million, and they did right by the player
or they did
something.
Some crazy shit under the table.
Yeah, I think I saw on Twitter someone was like, Allende's gonna find a massive paper bag in a local Miami park, and there's gonna be a bunch of cash in it, like something like that. But it is
and it's more like Celta de Vigo needs to find that cash.
Yeah,
bag.
I guess so. Yeah.
Like if they're gonna take I don't know. Like in this, I get what you're saying, but do you really think Celta de Vigo is like, okay, we'll help you out?
It doesn't make sense for them to do it. Like they've apparently been entertaining offers from other clubs, and I think Austin was also one that was reported. Like they apparently rejected a $10 million offer from Austin FC for Allende. And I don't think this transfer is going to be $10 million. We will see. This is one we have to
This is definitely one where I feel like we need to wait before saying too much.
This is going to be like the Rodrigo De Paul thing to me, where it's like we'll get some information as it comes out, and it'll make sense, hopefully. But yeah,
I mean, there's going to be a point where if it's a DP price and he's not a DP, then someone's going to have to answer some questions, including the league.
Oh, 100%, because they should be, checking this stuff. But okay, outside of This one is the weird one. This one is the questionable one in my brain. Allende returning to Inter Miami is massive, right? Like he set the MLS postseason goal scoring record last offseason. You know, he had 27 goal contributions across 54 games.
Like he only got better as the season went on, and they got more comfortable together. Like 100%. So the idea of him with a full comfortable offseason is very scary. On an already much improved Miami from a team that just won MLS Cup, yeah.
I mean, this team is like better than the MLS Cup winning team, if you ask me. But
I don't even think it's a debate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying people are challenging.
It's not even close.
Yeah, people.
I mean, you could have added St. Clair, and I think he offset their losses.
Literally. And just for people listening, this is also the day that there was the massive report that Inter Miami was close to signing Tristan Blackman from the Vancouver Whitecaps. That is not true, apparently, according to Tom Bogert. But apparently, Miami did make a bid of around $3 million to the Whitecaps for Tristan Blackman. That would have been fucking bonkers, but you know, it didn't happen. So
I mean, we go from like one of the worst defenses to like one of the best overnight.
Blackman, Micael, Noah Allen, Ian Frey, 2 new fullbacks. Yeah, that would have been
and goalkeeper of the year.
And goalkeeper, and then David Ayala just sitting in front of them. Yeah. I mean, look, Miami are obviously going to do Miami. They're going to be much better. And
I will totally accept your trophy. Not even just trophy or bust. It's like multiple trophies or bust.
This is where
this team is built like the Avengers.
I think someone said that. Someone was like the Avengers of Major League Soccer right now.
Actually, it shouldn't be called the Avengers because that's like, I don't know, a good thing.
Yeah,
they're
right.
not saving us; they're killing us.
The Legion of Doom or whatever the fuck it is.
Genuinely, when I started seeing some of these moves, I was like, "What do the other teams in this conference even do?" Like. If you're Cincy, Charlotte, NYCFC, Nashville, Columbus, even the Fire, I would put in that conversation, who are trying to up and coming. Like, what are you winning?
Yeah.
I mean, you still got to play the games. We'll see.
Can I just say the only team that I'm like, I feel good about, and I'm not the first person to say it after the news today, and we're switching away from Miami here, folks, so you can restart listening again, is Nashville SC.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. They went out. They signed the arguably best free agent on the market in this MLS offseason, Cristian Espinoza, to a DP deal. This is Tom Bogert official, not official as time of recording. But the 30-year-old winger is San Jose Earthquake's all-time assist leader. He had 13 goal contributions in 33 games last year. Easily one of the most overlooked talents, I think, in Major League Soccer year in and year out. He's been fantastic.
That's what happens when you play San Jose.
I mean,
no offense to San Jose. Actually, we're talking enough shit about him. There's no way someone that's a fan is listening.
I mean, maybe. Look, maybe. And I think if you are a fan of San Jose, you know where your team stands.
Yeah,
but look, you have Sam Surge, Hani Mukhtar, and now Cristian Espinoza with a core of young talent at the other positions on the wing, at the other positions in central midfield, right? The Johnny Perez's, Yazbek, Tag Seths, Quasims, all of everything else kind of circling around Nashville SC, along with a pretty good defense from last year, right? There's no way in my brain that a team that won Open Cup last year, for BJ Callahan's first full season as manager, you go out, you sign the biggest free agent of the offseason, you don't elevate and get better and push for more trophies in 2026. Like, there's no way that doesn't happen in my brain.
I mean, I think it is like, it's good that it happens this early because they get that offseason, which I really do think it matters a lot.
Yeah, it does.
I think
ask Will for Nancy.
Shout out to BJ Callahan, man. This is going to be exciting. I think he's really cooking over there. He got Sam Surridge to do things I didn't think were possible.
Yeah.
Competing basically in the Golden Boot with Messi, which is just incredible. Adding Cristian Espinoza is a huge move. I think, like, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't think it's going to work. I'm just like, it's one of those big moves that it's good they have an off season to work out any getting on the same page, because I think that's where Surridge really shined, is with the connections he's able to build in the team, and be in the right spots for his teammates. Because I think he was a great finisher this year, and he needs to continue that. But I think part of it is the way he works off of Hani, the way he works off of Perez, Kasim, all these guys. So I'm excited for it. I think it's already a team that we've talked about for ages about their defense, and I still think they have a solid defense, even though it's probably not what it was 4 years ago. But like the attack is
gotten offensively.
Is completely changed. I mean, like they almost hit 60 goals on the season. They were one of the top goal scoring teams.
I'm trying to do quick math in my head, so this might not 100% be accurate. Nashville SC between Hani and Surridge last year had 63 goal contributions across all competitions.
Okay, but some of those are repeats, right?
What do you mean?
Like if Hani assisted Surridge.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Technically.
Shut up. We're going down this thought process.
I'm so curious now how many are repeat. I guess
whatever.
A weird way to say it, but
they both still factored in a lot in Nashville SC, and now you're adding Cristian Espinoza as whatever you want to call him, your second, your third best offensive piece on this team. That's unbelievable.
And I expect his assist numbers to be kind of
higher? Yeah, 100%.
I mean, not just higher, a lot higher.
And if you want to talk about an upgrade from Jacob Schaffelberg, no disrespect to Jacob Schaffelberg.
Oh, man. We were just praising him. I don't think we can disrespect him.
No, I'm saying like Jacob Schaffelberg is a very good MLS player, brings you a bunch of energy, and but he doesn't bring you the goal contributions and the star power that Cristian Espinoza brings you. So that's all I'm saying. It's no shot at Schaffelberg. It's just he's a different player.
I do think knowing this Espinoza move, the Schaffelberg move makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah.
They obviously hey, another club to the list that has a plan.
There you go. I mean, Nashville has proven they constantly have a plan. Whether it's always worked out, that's for debate, but they have a plan, and I like it. Nashville also, just to kind of quickly run through their other moves, they've signed Shaq Muhammad via free agency. That's your guy, Jason. Isaiah LaFleur via free agency.
People just think I have the most obscure.
You do. You do. You brought up Shaq Muhammad before we started recording.
Before the pod.
Okay. Okay.
It wasn't live. I brought him up because I remembered that beautiful draft.
Other moves this offseason.
Don't do it again. I'll go down that rabbit hole right back.
Other moves this offseason we haven't spoken about for them. They brought in 24-year-old center back Maxwell Wolzesi from Frederikston. They also brought in Thomas Williams from Orlando City for some center back depth, and then more recently brought in 21-year-old Costa Rican international winger / striker. He can kind of play anywhere up top. Warren Madrigal from Saprissa. So, I mean, this team is loading up. This team is bringing in a bunch of talent. They have their kind of top of the line stars, if you ask me, and now they're just kind of bringing in some depth pieces behind that, you have to do in Major League Soccer. So I think Nashville's having a very, very nice offseason. Anything else you want to say about them specifically, Jason?
No, I'm glad we moved on. I like it.
Okay. Philadelphia Union. This is your Kai Wagner talk, buddy. This is my
is Philly. Are they just gonna make me doubt them again and do something crazy? Because I'm doubting.
There is the Philadelphia Union. There is no way that you can tell me in one offseason you move on from Micael Ura, Jacob Glesnes, Ty Baribo, Kai Wagner. I know Alejandro Bedoya is 40, but a locker room presence in a guy like Bedoya. And don't really they did replace, I guess.
Jacob Glesnes?
Yeah.
Did you say him?
Yes, I did. It's okay.
Yeah, I missed it.
But
yeah, I have expect the news to be Andre Blake's gone and it's tomorrow.
Literally.
What are we doing?
But
he's looking around. He's going, where are my friends?
Andre Blake literally is the last remaining.
It's him and the Sullivan brothers.
I will say I will sit here and say, right, yes, this is a team that still has Quinn Sullivan. This is a team that has Danley Jean-Jacques, who they brought in a few years ago, and Jovan Lukic, who was great last year, and Iloski, who definitely, was a proven goal scorer, Indy Vassilev. Like, they've replaced these guys, it feels like, prior to the last.
Feels like an MLS team I would have looked at 10 years ago. Not like in terms of the quality of players.
Yeah, this team's.
I don't mean that in a super negative way. I just mean it like it's not.
Jeez, you're doing this thing. You ever see? I can't think of the movie. It's a Will Ferrell movie where he was like, "I mean, like, no disrespect," and it's like you can't just say something and say no disrespect.
You can't just say something disrespectful and just say no disrespect.
Yeah,
I don't know what the movie is, but I do know that.
That's what you're doing.
Fair enough. Disrespect. This team is not. Like, you're grasping at straws here trying to talk nice about them.
Well, like, what I'm saying is I still like a lot of the players. It's just after you win a supporter shield, you'd think you want to, like, retool to, like, do better, grow, and you're just not.
I like the players on the team. Like, I think there's a talent around this team. I think you just lost, like, at least 3-4 like of the most consistent Philly players we've had for years. Like, I don't know how you go into a new season without like one piece. I guess, I mean, they have Andre Blake, but like, is he like just, I don't know. It seems like they lost like some consistent guys who have been on this team for a while in one off season.
Yeah. I mean, look, again, you still have Blake. I think Danley Jean-Jacques might have been the best defensive midfielder in MLS last year. Micael was one of the brightest spots of center back in 2025. Like, Quinn Sullivan will be back from his injury. So, again, they have pieces, but, like, you lost your best defender, your team's highest scorer, and you lost, your top assist leader in Kai Wagner, and arguably the best left back in the league over the last few years. And just to kind of close the door on Wagner, the 28-year-old left back was sold to Birmingham City in the EFL Championship. Bogert reporting a fee north of $2 million. He had 2 goals and 10 assists last year for the Union. He won 2 supporter shields during his time there. I will say, I think it might have been Bogert as well, put out that the Union acquired Kai Wagner from the German 3rd Division for like $50,000, sold him for $2 million. I mean, that's pretty good business, and 2 trophies in the time. Pretty good business.
Like, I don't know. I look at the team and I'm like, could they do something? Yeah, but like you said, we're at a 66 points last season. They lost 1 game at home.
Yeah, this feels more like a lower end playoff team.
I don't know, but like I don't know why. Like, did Bradley Carnell just be like, I want to turn this team over?
Maybe, or I know Philadelphia Union fans. I know some ones personally. They hate the ownership group, and the ownership group's just in it to like develop player, sell player, develop. Like, they try to sell the player before the player starts to lose their value. So like Jacob Glesnes, Kai Wagner, like that's like that.
I mean, hey, they hit the spot, but
yeah, I mean,
if you're trying to make money, like they're doing great.
Yes,
I mean, like, to be fair, they also won trophy. I mean, they won the supporter shield, so
yeah, they won 2 supporter.
Like, I can't be like, oh, they're doing it wrong.
No,
clearly not. But
they've done something right with it. The Union also this offseason, we haven't really talked about it, and we probably should have, but Ezequiel Aladoa was a 20-year-old striker they brought in from, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that club, for a club record signing of $4.5 million. He's coming over from Europe, young player. Everyone kind of is raving about his profile a little bit. And then they also brought in 19-year-old center back Finn Sundstrom from North Carolina FC in the USL Championship. He's a current U.S. Youth International. So young center back to kind of, I guess, help fill in some of the depth pieces that
They're going to figure it out because they know how to develop players.
They do.
That's the thing. Ezequiel Aladoa, 20-year-old striker for $4.5 million. Like, I expect huge things.
He'll have 18 goals in 18 months. You know what I'm saying? Like in a year and a half, he's going to be like fucking killing it like Ty Bariba.
Right. Like when he gets fully acclimated and up to speed and maybe a year older.
Then they'll win the Supporter Shield or the U.S. Open Cup, and then they'll sell everyone.
Look, for all the shit I kind of just talked.
No disrespect.
Philly knows what they're doing. Like when I talk about good clubs, this is easily in the good club tier. Like they know what they're doing. They usually have a vision for it. And I get what you said. Like maybe the ownership is not the greatest, but they're making do. I mean, they're winning. So like they've been one of the best teams at developing young players
I will
in MLS.
Yeah, that is 100% true. I will just say the ownership group fans are not a fan of, and you have a general manager who's suspended right now because of like very bad things. So we will see what happens with the Philadelphia Union. Okay, DC United.
Your favorite team to talk about here.
Tell me that I shouldn't get more excited than I was last week. DC United win
They're
out.
in the hard conference.
They are in the hard conference, but just whatever. Let me be excited. They win out.
They're deep. They're a deep team.
Spent a club record fee of $7 million that could rise up to $10 million, according to Tom Bogert, on Romanian international striker Louis Munteanu from CFR Cluj in, I think it's Romania. So the 23-year-old striker has 3 goals and 6 assists in 21 games so far this year. And again, at a pretty young age, 23-year-old, he has over or close to 150 games played with 53 goals and 20 assists. This screams awesome fucking signing that I never in a million years would have sat here and said DC United would have pulled off or spent the money to pull it off at the same exact point.
Renee Weiler sitting there just
fucking Weiler
doing some like villain shit.
And fucking so good too, the new sporting director, right? Like who has never worked at a club before this job. Like so
he was the young guy, right?
He was the lawyer that never or an agent that never worked at a club. DC United, man. I'm just excited. You have 2 DP strikers. You have a brand new left back, a brand new center back. I love Aaron Herrera. Sean Johnson in net. This team, the way it is currently constructed, to me, should be a playoff team. And I don't know if that's silly to say at this point, but they should be a playoff team. I'm not saying like top 4 home seed. I'm just saying this team.
I know what you're saying.
This team should be very good.
I probably agree. Like when they signed Ty Bariba, I was like, are we sure he's just gonna hit the same amount of goals with DC? Now I'm not so sure anymore. Like he might, because the team around him is so much better. It's a lot of change. Would be my only like pause is like, I don't think this is a new coach, a new sporting director, pretty much like a new 8 players, new 7, starters. It's a lot. It's almost like talking about an expansion team for some ways. Like
the only thing that I will say like doesn't give me that concern is like when I feel like see like a large turnover and like a large chunk of players like coming into a team from like outside of Major League Soccer, like with the Revolution, whatever it was 2 years ago, last year, I don't even remember
when signed, Bruce Arena took over and
when Caleb Porter took over and they signed like 20 players. Like there was a lot of guys from outside the league.
Don't remind me about Caleb Porter's New England Revolution. We decided not to talk about that anymore.
But you bring in Ty Bariba, who is very familiar with Major League Soccer. Sean Nialis, very familiar. Sean Johnson, very familiar. Like,
and been around leader.
Exactly. And you have some of these guys who are, getting more and more acclimated.
It's actually crazy. I just noticed Caden Clark is still here.
Caden Clark is on this team. Shout out. I don't know. I have confidence in DC United, especially if 1 or 2 of these new signings from outside the league kind of transition quickly and well. But
I also like that it's January 7th and we're talking about most of these moves. Like I think they're getting closer to being done. Like at this point, nothing will surprise me. But I think they have a lot of time to really get in the room on the field and kind of figure out what they want to be.
A new look defense.
You spend nearly like $7 to probably $10 million on a striker. You want him in as soon as possible.
100%. I think the attack is revamped, the defense and the goalkeeping is revamped. The midfield still leaves me with some questions, but I like some of the pieces a little bit at least. So we will see.
John Johnson, what is he? He's got to be 40, right?
He's close to it.
It's going to bother me if he's not.
Statistically, was a very good goalkeeper last year.
1989. He's 36.
He's still got years in the tank.
That's crazy.
Got it.
Oh my God. He was like on the fire when I was 12.
All right.
Probably not. Actually, definitely not. But
12 is a stretch, but it's fine. I feel like the last
him and Patrick New Yorker. I'm just kidding.
Actually, there's a bunch of moves we should probably talk about. I'm going to keep it moving. Ali Ahmed, Vancouver Whitecaps have sold the 25-year-old Canadian winger to Norwich City in the EFL Championship for Tom Bogert reporting a fee of roughly $2 million. Obviously, starting left winger on the Vancouver Whitecaps, who have already sold Jayden Nelson this offseason. Ahmed had 17 goal contributions in 39 games for the Caps last year. I know the Vancouver Whitecaps had to pay people, right? Like Sebastian Berhalter just was a best 11 midfielder. Tristan Blackman just won Defender of the Year. You got to pay those guys. Like, I get it, but like I have my concerns with the departure of Nelson and Ahmed from this team. But
this is like the sad reality of good MLS teams, typically.
Unless you're Miami, yeah.
Well, that's why I added the tip. Yeah. I mean, you could argue LAFC is also withstood the test of paying people. But
sure.
Anyway, yeah, it's a bummer. I think, like, I'm hoping to see some signings. That's all. Like, I don't know, because this is a Vancouver team that we've talked about a lot as, like, not always going all in. And they really kind of went for it.
He did.
And so, like, I respect the hell out of them for going for it last year. Like, they were so close to winning multiple trophies, which is, to be that close, man, that's got to be brutal. But I think they're still going to be a good team. I need to see, like, some depth signings, though, for sure. Because there's been a lot of out in the past, like, year.
Yeah.
I would say
between Kubas, between now Nelson, between, Ahmed, like, yeah, there's been a lot of, I think, good players that this team has like thrived with, like,
and players that were like called upon a lot to help make them what they were. Like Jayden Nelson was an absolute crucial piece for them at multiple times during the season.
I said Kubas. Who did I mean?
I don't know who you meant.
Who was the midfielder? He went to fucking Mexico. Jesus. Pedro Vite. That's what I meant. Oh,
that's actually the one I was trying to find, but he's not on our little out section.
Yeah, well, because
I was like, I know, because I called him the X Factor before the season, and he was going to be. I was gonna be right.
And then they signed Thomas Mueller. I mean, it is what it is. But
so by default, he became my X Factor.
Look,
so I was still right.
We sit here and say all of this, and this is still an attack that has Ryan Gauld, Brian White, Emmanuel Sabi, and Thomas Mueller with Sebastian Berhalter, who can hit a hell of
Look, this team is going to be good. Like, I don't think I'm going to sit here and say this team isn't a great team still. They still got Takaoka. You left that out for some reason.
But you don't want to be known for liking obscure players.
He's not obscure. He's a starter for a team that just went to MLS Cup final and CONCACAF Champions Cup final. That's not obscure.
Can we move forward?
We can move forward.
Okay, I'm going to keep it in the goalkeeping ranks just for a nice little transition here. But Orlando City, they have signed free agent goalkeeper Maxime Crepeau, who last played for Portland Timbers last year. The 31-year-old Canadian international is an MLS Cup champion, a Supporter Shield winner. He's won the Canadian Championship. He's a former USL Championship goalkeeper of the year. Like, Maxime Crepeau is a experienced, and at this point, with all of the goalkeepers that either got signed or re-signed or left Major League Soccer, he was the best option left. Orlando City decided to not get Pedro Gallese. Things fell through with Carlos Coronel. So Maxime Crepeau, here you are. You're a starter once again in Major League Soccer. I don't know if you have any heavy thoughts on Crepeau, but I feel like it was important to mention.
I mean, I think if you were going to replace Pedro Gallese, this is one way to do it, like as close as you're going to get.
Crepeau feels really quick. He feels like the Canadian Pedro Gallese. Like there's moments where
wait, am I crazy or is he the one who just destroyed his leg that one year?
In LAFC. Yeah. He will pull off some saves or have some moments where like, God, Maxime Crepeau looks like a fantastic goalkeeper, just like Pedro Gallese. And then at the same exact moment, there's balls that Crepeau will let into the back of the net, just like Pedro Gallese, that it's like,
wait, I thought you were supposed to be near best 11.
Howler, like, you know what I'm saying? So I like Maxime Crepeau. He's clearly a starting goalkeeper in Major League Soccer. I'm not saying that, but it's an experience with him. And I think the Timbers saw that, just like LAFC saw it before, and Montreal before that. But
he's won MLS Cup. Like, he's obviously good enough.
And, he's most likely will be the backup goalkeeper and for Canada at the World Cup. So, that's cool. Him and Dayne St. Clair.
That's going to be fun. I'm excited to see Dayne St. Clair in a World Cup.
Yeah. Just talking shit to fucking whoever. I forgot who's in Canada's group, but it's fine. The other major free agency signing that I feel like we should talk about, Walker Zimmerman heading to Toronto FC, the USMNT International, right, is like MLS Defender of the Year. He's a two-time Supporter Shield winner, two-time Open Cup winner. He's done it all with the USMNT. Last year, dealt with a lot of injuries with Nashville. I think he played maybe his least amount of minutes that he's done in a while, but he still played 26 games for Nashville SC, right? So Nashville decides to move on from the 32-year-old, and, he goes up to Toronto, where I think if he can remain healthy and bounce back from kind of like the injury-stricken season of last year, Toronto FC in this rebuild is starting to look better and better with each signing.
I was going to say, like, how you were hyped about DC. I'm not quite there with Toronto, but, like, I see the signs of an improved roster. Like, I like what they've started to build here. They need time. Like, they're going to just need more time because, bringing Georgian was a big move.
The Fuentes last summer was a big.
Yeah.
You have.
I like the re-signings. I like Derek Etienne Jr.
Yeah, he's a friend of the pod. Derek Etienne, shout out! Congratulations on the re-signing there.
Yeah, woo!
I mean, look, it's a good team that I think has some solid MLS experience depth. Georgie, Jose.
This team was also like a lot. I shouldn't say a lot better, but like better as the season went on.
Yeah,
way more competitive in their games.
And I will also 100% like towards the end of the end stretch for them was much better. And just to also kind of give Toronto a little bit more love, they also went out and signed 25-year-old left back Matthias Pereira from Santa Clara in the Portuguese First Division. He had 17 games played for Santa Clara this year, close to 200 first team games played overall in his career. So you're getting a Brazilian left back in his prime. Look,
200 games at 25 is pretty good.
Robin Fraser is clearly building out his team, getting his guys. That's Georgie, that's Cifuentes, that's Walker to Matthias Pereira, right? Like, I think Toronto should be a playoff team as well.
Okay, you got to start looking at your playoff teams because there's only a certain amount of spots.
I'm about to say there's 100 playoff teams in the Eastern Conference.
Realistically, who's falling? Probably we're saying Philly.
Out of the playoffs completely, or are we just?
If we want to go down the list of the playoff teams, who's falling out?
Okay, I need to.
I don't think Cincy.
Really quick.
I don't think Miami. I don't think Charlotte. I don't think Nashville.
Orlando.
Orlando was 9th, so yeah, I'll take that. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Columbus could be a question mark with the new manager.
I do think Columbus is a question mark. And I think
New York City with Alonso Martinez out for the year, most likely. Andres Pereira out for the year. I think New York City could fall pretty.
I think they'll fall to 9-ish.
I'm always not confident. I think Charlotte has some question marks. I think Cincinnati has some question marks. Not that I think those two fall out of the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't.
Do
I think they're 2 and 3 or whatever they were? No, but
no.
I don't think another season with Wilfred Zaha is going to be that much worse.
Yeah, no, you're not
Luca
wrong.
De La Torre was added to Charlotte. I think Charlotte is going to be fine.
That doesn't excite me too much, I'll be honest.
Okay,
no.
Well, I'll be honest. I think they're not going to fall that far.
All right, let's any other.
Has Cincinnati done anything? What?
Yeah, Cincinnati. Well, I'll just quickly say they've transferred Alvaro Barreal to Santos. They've permanently acquired Ayoub Jabari from Grenoble, who was on loan last year and didn't score a goal at striker. And then they acquired center back Felix Sampson on loan from Montreal, and then immediately said that Sampson's only going to play for Cincinnati too. So, yeah, Cincinnati's doing a lot, man. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I don't know if I would consider that like a lot.
They've done nothing.
Sure.
They've done. I mean, look, and to be fair to FC Cincinnati, I know their salary cap and everything like that's a bit tough. So, like,
I mean, the team already has like a great 11.
Yeah, I mean, a great
11.
A great 11 that couldn't win in the playoffs, but it's fine. You know, it is what it is.
Dude, I'll be the first one to call them out, but they put up 65 points, and you're saying they're gonna drop like out of a home playoff spot? I don't know about that.
They also signed Kyle Smith in free agency. Let's not forget that. I'm actually a big Kyle Smith fan, so that sounded super sarcastic.
Yeah, no, that sounded real sarcastic.
And it was, but I'm a big Kyle Smith fan. I like Kyle Smith.
All right, who else is interesting to talk about?
I don't really think we have much else. I mean, unless you want to pull one of these out of the bag to end the episode.
Dante Seeley, Noah Cobb to Colorado?
Yeah.
That's not like insignificant.
No, I mean, I think Colorado, right? Like, they need to, like, Noah Cobb. Yeah, maybe Matt Wells was like, you know, Colorado doesn't excite me right now.
Dude, every time I look at Colorado's roster, I'm like, is this like a U23 US team?
It's like Navajo is good. Paxton Aronson, we'll see. Dante Seeley had his best year of his career. Okay, cool.
Cole Bassett's good.
Yeah.
I think Josh Atencio's solid.
Yeah, no, I like Josh Atencio a lot.
Teddy Di Pietro, I expected much more.
I know. So Lucas Harrington was the center back, the 17-year-old center back they acquired from Australia last year. I know he's now he wasn't ever going to come over. He was playing out the season in Australia. Then he was going to come over, I think, when he turned 18. I've heard good things about him, but he's a teenage center back. So how much am I really?
It's funny because if you look at their team and then you go to look at DC's, it looks like they have nobody on their team.
Yeah. I mean, I will say at least Colorado's too deep at every position. I'll give them that. There's teams who just don't have any depth at all, and it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, look,
I think those are solid moves for them, though. I don't know. I feel like I've had a soft spot for Colorado for
Dante Seeley is an upgrade at right wing if he can play like he did last year for Montreal. And I liked some of the flashes we saw of Noah Cobb when he was on loan at center back with Colorado. Now, how does he play under Matt Wells? We will see. But two young players, I like them. I have no complaints. Anyone else tickle your fancy, Jason? Because I'm kind of on the end of the rope here for me. So it's okay if you don't have people either. I
mean, some of these I'm interested in because there's a lot of money attached to them, like Braian Ojeda.
Yeah, Braian Ojeda was big. I just think RSL's midfield was a little too crowded. So,
I mean, but if you look at it from Orlando's perspective,
they spent a lot of money.
I mean, it helps them though.
Orlando. So
that's a starter level player.
100% Paraguay international. Orlando City to me, it was so Oscar Pareja got this team to a certain level and was just consistently at this level. We might have said this last week because I feel like I'm repeating myself from last week. So sorry, but
I think we did talk about Orlando, but I don't remember why. Did they do something last week?
I don't know. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't know.
I don't think they did.
Was it Rodrigo? Oh, it was the U22 signings. It was Tadeo and Thiago and all
right,
that.
we'll go quick. I do think this team struggles to sell people because, like, I mean, Duncan McGuire's still here. Is Alex Freeman here for the whole season?
So everything, I listen to a lot of podcasts that Tom Bogert's on. Everything, it kind of feels like Freeman's most likely going to get sold post World Cup, which I think
prior to the European season.
Yeah, or in the winter, one of the two, but just kind of post World Cup in general. So, which isn't a bad thing. He gets.
I mean, it's probably good for his World Cup odds.
Yeah, he'll. I think if he's a starter at right back for Orlando City for 6 months, he'll make the World Cup and be totally fine. But, yeah, Orlando needs to change, and I think they need to change.
Oh, there's actually a decent amount. I don't even know who this guy is, but the Necaxa to Atlanta United, Thomas Jacob, U22 signing for $5 million.
You're going down rabbit holes. I like it. Yes. So really quickly, just for listeners' sake, RSL sold Braian Ojeda to.
This is so funny because I'm like, this is like how my brain just works. It just, oh, this is a thought, and then it just dropped it.
And then it's it, and then you
just moved on.
I will just for listeners' sake, Ojeda sold from RSL to Orlando City for $1.3 million in GAM, potential for close to $500,000 more. Ojeda, like I said, Paraguay international, had 5 goals in 36 games for RSL last year. And then to Jason's other thought,
this is why Tom leads the podcast.
Atlanta United acquired center back, defensive midfielder. I think he can also play right back. Tomas Jacob, 21-year-old from Necaxa and Liga MX. He's going to be a U22 initiative player. Tom Bogert reporting that fee to be around $5 million. He is a former Newell's Old Boys Academy product, so that's probably why Tata Martino is a fan and wanted to bring him in. Obviously, Martino's ties to Newell's Old Boys. So yeah, spending $5 million on a young defender from Liga MX, and I feel like they did something else. And Tom Bogert's also reporting Atlanta is transferring 26-year-old Polish international defensive midfielder Bartosz Slisz to Brøndby for a reported fee of $3 million. So maybe making up a little bit of that money there on the Tomas Jacob signing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so ready to pick Emmanuel Latelaf as my goal scorer, Golden Boot winner again.
I like how we're at the point of the podcast where you're just like this. It's just thoughts bouncing around at this point.
It's just thoughts pinging around my head.
It's just thoughts. That's all we're at.
It's a long week, man.
It is. Hey, look. It's Wednesday. Just for listeners' sake. So if anything happens after Wednesday,
catch us next week.
You'll hear about it next week. There are some moves, obviously, we didn't get to that I have some interest in. It's just with everything else,
You were letting me spin my wheels.
Yeah, that's it. We're letting Jason spin his wheels. We're letting Jason have to play a little bit. All right. Anything else, Jason, before we...
No. I cannot go on.
Okay.
I cannot go longer.
Jason has intramural basketball to go play as well. So.
Oh, no, that wasn't even the reason. I was more just like...
Well, no, I also just wanted to call out that you got to get your hoops in. So
I do got to get the hoops in.
We got to get Jason's hoops in.
Everyone is horrible. Everyone. So if you're in Chicago and you're good at basketball, hit me up.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you guys next week, and hopefully more transfer news, more fun, and no more injuries. So, Jason, thank you, and we'll talk to you guys soon.